You're listening to the Level Best Network.
This is the Intercot Insider Live, episode number 122. The Intercot Insider Live is brought to you by Magical Journeys, Intercot's official travel agency, and the Disney Vacation Experts, and by the Official Ticket Center for tickets to your favorite Central Florida theme parks and attractions at discounted rates. And look at that. Did it with no script, people.
Perfect.
Years of introductions of our wonderful sponsors and was able to get through it without a script. And with me here tonight, I've got the entire nation of Canada. Who's guarding the border at this point?
Nobody. The dogs.
Bears and huskies.
It's a snowman.
It's Carolyn.
Hello.
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 And broadcast maven Jennifer.
Hello.
Hello.
Two of the Schuyler sisters.
Yes, indeedy. And there he is from my adopted hometown or somewhere thereabouts of Dayton, Ohio, Centerville, wherever, Springfield, somewhere. I don't know. In some nondescript bunker.
I'm an undisclosed bunker. Yeah.
Out of sight of Dayton, Ohio.
Yep.
Jason, you know him, you love him, Big Mike.
Hi there. Happy spring. Happy first day of spring.
Happy Dayton Lost Day.
Yeah, well, that wasn't so happy, but
yeah. Carolyn's like, what?
Yay,
No, I was driving through Dayton the other day, coming back from Florida, and we drive back, and I was thinking about you, and I had seen your post.
Interstate 75?
75, yes.
So you see the UD arena then. Wow.
We drove right through, and I was thinking about you, and I'm like, I'm assuming that they didn't win something important because John was mad about it. So I knew that much.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if that's hockey or basketball or football or what it is.
Sporting ball game.
It's some sports thing John was mad about in the city of Dayton.
Yeah.
That's all I knew.
Thanks. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, they lost. Really they lost last night on top of not.
What is it?
The big dance.
Basketball. You like basketball?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, basketball. They were playing in the NIT instead of the NCAA tournament. Which, by the way, hey, plug, folks. Intercot's running our annual brackets. Disney fans doing the brackets is what we call it, and your chance to win some Intercot swag, which basically means Intercot T-shirt. If you are the #1 bracketologist, just like Jennifer has on there. Not quite like what I have on, but it would have that logo on it. So all you got to do is follow the link on Facebook or also head over to the discussion boards. We have that posted down there. I think it's in what forum is it in?
I think it's in the water cooler.
The water cooler. That's it.
It's also linked on the front page.
And also on the front page. So if
I can figure it out, anybody can figure it out.
Exactly.
Except for me.
So, yeah, well, there you go. And
should try.
Hey, Tanya says she's completed hers.
50% of Canadians agree.
Colors. So what do? You pick one team?
No, you pick like 64.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, yeah, that's not. Okay, really? So 50% of Canadians agree. It's very easy.
One of you guys pick for me. And you can pick all the crap.
It's still not how it works.
I don't know anything, and I just clicked the whole lot, and I was like, oh, this one sounds nice, like Baylor. Oh, that sounds pretty, so I picked it.
And these I'm so sorry, I'm dumb. These are colleges in America.
Right.
That are playing basketball against each other, and this is like the finals.
Well, sort of. Well, this is how you find the national champion.
So it's like all these teams, and then the winners from those ones play the next level, and then the next level, and then it gets down to the last two. Okay, I get that.
Final 4, and then you pick the final 2.
Okay, I get that.
Right, and then you pick the national champion, and then you
pick whatever I think.
And then if you win, everybody will be so mad because you know nothing, and then you can laugh because you won.
That's cool. Okay,
there, go by colors or animals, like Tanya says. That's how I like doing it.
I know.
Or I'll get like my dog to pick. I'll put 2, and like whatever one he touches, that's my choice.
Or you can agonize over it like, big fans do, trying to figure out who's the better team. There are some, for those of you who don't do this kind of stuff, like the Canadians very often, they actually have hints, and they will tell you, and they'll even give you like the way the nation's voting on things and all that kind of stuff. So you can do a little bit of that, or you can pick your favorite color team if you want. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, ultimately, you get down. You start with 64 teams. The brackets lock on Thursday. Right now, what may be confusing is that we're going from 68 teams down to 64. They have the first 4 which play, and then they get the field down to 64, and that's when the brackets officially start. So you have till Thursday when the first game tips off to get your brackets in. Otherwise, no chance. You're out. We don't.
And what happens if I picked one of the 4 teams that are not going to be there by Thursday? Because you said there's 68 and it's going to 64, and if I pick one of them, then I've lost one of my picks.
No, so you don't. No, you can't. What happens is what they do is they put a slot on there for the teams that are being played in. So you're basically either picking at this point one of those play-in teams or the team that you're playing up against.
Okay,
so
I
that's
get it.
how you decide. So you can't get knocked out before the contest even begins.
Okay.
It's not possible.
All right. I'm going to try this after the podcast. I'm going to go sign up.
So, nothing, no expense, nothing to play it. We actually do it using ESPN's Tournament Challenge. The only thing is you need to be a discussion board member. So if you don't have a discussion board membership, just go sign up today. I will make sure and clear all the memberships out, and then go fill out your bracket. The other thing that's very important in this, in March Madness, you get 1 entry. 1.
And I discovered the website will let you do 4, but then I deleted 3 of them because I was like, I only get 1, or John will yell at me.
It'd be okay, but the first one you did would be the one. But but I would prefer that folks only do 1 as part of this. Just to, I don't know. Put next to if you're going to do more than 1, just put this is the one. Because otherwise, if you have 4, I'm going to disqualify you.
Okay.
Don't do that.
1 is enough. Gosh, 64 games to pick from. Who could have time to do?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's actually
before she starts.
I mean, the reality
I probably will. I don't know.
The reality is basically that it doesn't take more than about 5 minutes to go through and just pick teams, unless you're really being crazy about it. So anyway, go do that. Win some cool swag, whatever. And then if you do end up being number 1, I will not come after you. You need to come after me. DM me or private message me on the boards. And then that way you can do things. I got a frog in my throat. Sorry. Thank you.
Beverage break.
So, beverage break brought to you by Pepsi Max. Anyway. But yeah, that is the thing. You need to come after me. I will not look for you to see who won, because I need your essentially your information, where to mail the prize, all that kind of stuff. Blah 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 blah. Okay. So that's our March Madness. Disney fans doing the brackets on intercot.com. Join in the madness. And if you're now listening to this after March Madness, just ignore that whole first part. All right. Moving on.
See how Carolyn's doing.
Yeah, go see how Carolyn's
doing. Check in with me. I'll let you know
whether she lost or not. So, all right, where are we starting?
Star Wars.
So we have a Star Wars surprise. On the last podcast, we talked in great detail about all the Star Wars announcements that happened that prior week. And then the morning after we did our podcast, they made a surprise announcement about the whole opening.
Okay, but doesn't that just happen every single time?
It does.
Something big is going to happen.
Somebody's messing with us. Somebody in Disney is listening to our podcast and going, okay, Intercot has now recorded. Release
Get
the
that
hound.
thing ready. Get that thing ready now.
Release the hounds.
Yeah, I know. Seriously. It's crazy. So lots of Star Wars news, right? Sort of.
Not
It's surprising
more
news.
quality than quantity.
Right.
So the big surprise was they are going to do a phased opening now.
That is surprising.
So they're going to actually open it in 2 phases. Phase 1 will open May 31st at Disneyland and August 29th at Walt Disney World's Hollywood Studios Park. For Disneyland, that was maybe about a month earlier than what they were previously hinting at. They had kind of unofficially said June in a newspaper interview. But for Walt Disney World, August 29th is a lot earlier than late fall 2019. So that was a big jump there. So what is Phase 1? It appears to be all of the shops, restaurants, and the Millennium Falcon or Falcon. Smuggler's Run. So that attraction, and they're not listing out every restaurant and shop, but they're implying that that'll all be open then. So Phase 2 will then be Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. No dates on that yet.
So that's the one that could potentially be 2 rides in one.
Yes.
We joked about.
Yeah.
Probably won't be, but
it has a very elaborate pre-show, let's put it that way.
okay.
So I'm going to assume that one is nowhere near being ready, or they would have hold off.
Well, so
opening
so
date.
that's the discussion. So either they felt they hyped this up so much they wanted to get some more revenue by pulling in some cash earlier in the year. I don't know if they're making quarters with. I guess they're making quarter revenue maybe a little bit earlier with that. Or the other thought is maybe they're having some issues with Rise of the Resistance. The weird media preview they did stated only about a third of the ride was ready as of last month.
And this was the one that was done on the West Coast where they had only a couple media outlets.
So Disneyland, which was originally supposed to open everything sometime in early to mid-June, only had about a third of the ride able to do a media preview on. So it kind of implies maybe they were falling behind schedule with that. But I think for a lot of people, they're excited about the earlier opening date.
Sure.
Some people were trying to avoid crowds, so they're not quite as excited.
Well, and one thing about that, now they've only announced this for Disneyland, but if you just want, I don't even want to go on a ride. I just want to walk and look around at things.
Right.
You have to make a reservation to go into that area
The land.
of the park,
Right.
into the land. I just want to go and maybe look in the stores.
Right.
No.
You got to have a reservation.
And that is from the
So-
May 31st opening until June 23rd.
You will
So
need
it's just for a
reservations.
month.
Yes, for the first month about, you have to
And
make
then they haven't
no-cost
announced
reservation.
and they haven't announced dates for making your reservations for Walt Disney World, but presumably
It'll follow
you're
the
going to
code.
have to do that too. And who knows, they could extend that. They could say, you know what? It's not going to stop on June 23rd. We're going to July 30th or something. Because maybe it'll work out great and people aren't tripping over each other.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Studios is going to be a little different because they actually built that Grand Avenue area to essentially be a holding queue for the land. I don't think they had the space to do that at Disneyland without running into either Frontierland or Critter Country, so it might be a little different. But I'm guessing they're kind of waiting to see how it works at Disneyland to do that, and then they'll.
How do you think that the cast members are going to deal with people that didn't know that? And they've booked their trips.
Politely.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
As
luck
nicely
to
as
them.
possible.
Yeah.
Oh, you precious
My
souls.
guess
Luck.
is the entrances will not be look completely open. They'll have to obviously have
No,
some
but I mean,
crowd
I
control.
heard it's
People don't
opening
just
May.
wander in.
I
Yeah.
heard it's opening May 31st, so I booked my trip. Yay, let's all
Yeah.
go on Star Wars. And then they get there and they're like, what? this is our once-in-a-lifetime trip, and I thought I was going to be
They'll have an army of stormtroopers standing by to take care of those people.
Stormtroopers and lasers.
The other interesting thing at Disneyland now, granted there's less of them, but the hotel guests get priority on making the reservations. I believe if you are staying at one of the 3 on-site hotels during that first month, you are guaranteed a reservation one day. They are holding it for you. So that could be another problem, I guess, is they may run out of reservations relatively quickly then. So there can be people who try to make the reservation and still don't get it.
Huh. Yeah.
Well,
a little bit of craziness going on.
The other interesting point is no Fast Pass. They have said that for the initial openings, neither attraction will offer Fast Pass or Max Pass out of Disneyland. Yeah.
Right.
That's fine.
I like Justin's comment. Stormtrooper out front should have told you land is closed.
That's awesome.
Sorry, folks. I love our people. It's great. Yeah.
What's this? Sorry, I'm just reading this thing about the Black Spire Outpost.
I don't think I'll be going to Star Wars Land anytime soon.
I'll go if they invite me. But
so
otherwise,
I don't know if any of you are on the Twitterises, but they've been doing a lot of overlay maps.
Yes, I've seen those.
To show how, like, to give you a sense of how big the land is actually going to be.
Oh, right.
And so they were saying, like, what is the one that it's like if you took Toy Story Land and Pandora and something else and put them all together, it would be about the same size. Like, it's supposed to be really huge.
Right.
And then somebody took it and and put on, okay, if you took like a Costco and like a super Walmart and like they totally like fit the shapes of like all these, and then it like in the little small areas like for little stores, it's like this is like a Miller's Outpost or something. Is that a store? Or like an Arby's? Like they totally filled it in with stores so that you could get an idea of how big it is. But it's going to be huge, I think. And then you can also find online if you look around a lot of like aerial photos, and it's so cool to see the Millennium Falcon just parked there now. It's all finished. Awesome. It looks good. It looks really neat.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'd be lying if I didn't say that I wasn't excited for it, but hey, crowds.
I wouldn't want to go with strollers.
Yeah.
And
oh, God. Well, okay, so
they'll be themed like Land Cruisers, so, you know.
I just got back from Florida.
Yeah.
And my daughter had broken her foot. And she is 11 years old, and she's not allowed. She can walk. She has like one of those air cast boot things. Mm-hmm. So she could walk in the lineup. So for the most part, she had to be in a wheelchair. And so we were rolling her around, and we went into Toy Story Land because my husband's never been in there. So we took him in just to show him around. We didn't have any fast passes or anything. Mm-hmm. But you can see kind of over the wall, Black Spire Outpost, the roof of the store. And it's just crazy to think, like, I remember from those aerial photos right beside that down lower is the Millennium Falcon. Oh, I just can't wait to go in there. But my God, I was just trying to get through Toy Story Land with her in a wheelchair. And like I was trying not to clip heels and stuff. Oh God, yeah. Like I hope they just everybody park your strollers outside of Star Wars Land and walk it. Yikes.
No, I mean, it could be a mess. I mean, it's going to be a mess. Let's just be honest. Although I would hope that, much like when Universal opened the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, there was some decent crowd control, and they would only let so many people into it at a time. And it was still crowded, but it would have been a heck of a lot worse had they not done that. So I would imagine there's got to be something like that that's going to go on here. The question is for how long, you know? I mean, how long is that going to have to go on?
It's interesting that they seem pretty confident in Disneyland that they only need it for a month. Obviously, they could adjust that, but I think that is a little interesting.
Well, look at Pandora.
Yeah.
Look at Toy Story Land. There's like, Toy Story Land's cute, the Slinky Coaster's cute. It's great, but it's not the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
And that's crowded. So, yeah. Good luck. Good luck, everybody. I'm not going to Hollywood Studios. I kind of was like, all right, see you in a few. Hollywood Studios, we're leaving now.
Good luck to you.
I'll see you when my kids are in their 30s.
Wow. Hopefully it won't be that bad, but
no, I hope not.
I think it's going to be a mess for a while. I mean,
the Rise of the Resistance was supposed to be more of the crowd eater too than Millennium Falcon, because that one they've worried about ridership per hour doesn't seem real high. I think I say there were like 32 pods maybe max. They each hold 6 people.
You're in the pod for what, 5 minutes
math on that?
Yeah, it's like
times 6.
It's like 2 carousels. So, I don't know. I know it's 2 carousels of pods. I don't know how many are per pod. I'm guessing 16.
32 times 6 is 192.
Yeah,
I can tell you're looking at a calculator
for rotation.
No.
Per every 5 minutes, which would then, if you think about that, what is that? So that's 20 times that? Is it 10 times that? No. What are we? Oh God, math.
If
Never
it's
mind.
5 minutes, every 5 minutes, you get 190. So then there's
you get 2
how many
shows
five?
for every 10 minutes.
5 minutes
so that's
is
12.
in the hour.
Let's say there'll be about 2,000 an hour.
Okay, that doesn't seem
Which
like
doesn't
a lot.
seem like a lot.
Yeah.
Jinx.
So like I said, Rise of the Resistance is supposed to be the crowd eater because that's an AGV, and I think they can move pretty big groups through that. And you can keep you can load cars and then they go, and then you still keep pushing them through. So that won't be open in phase 1. So that could also be why they're planning some additional crowd control with the reservations.
Maybe, and I'm just guessing here, but maybe the June 23rd or whatever date that is, maybe then they will reassess because they're hoping Rise of the Resistance will be ready by then.
Could be.
And then hopefully be nice to get
Or
it
they're
all.
just going to reevaluate and be like, did the last month work?
Yeah.
That was chaos. Now
Take
what?
2.
It will be interesting, or they may. I'm personally surprised they haven't announced any hard tickets for the at least the Disneyland site yet, because they had that weird preview for Pixar Pier. I don't know that they've done a hard ticket since that for the land, but that's certainly becoming quite popular out at Walt Disney World. And they're doing hard tickets for Pandora and Toy Story Land right now in the mornings. So I could kind of see a Star Wars morning coming with that. They did say it will be part of Extra Magic Hours when it opens. So that was kind of the other interesting part of the announcement. Speaking of that,
yes. Speaking of which,
Extra Magic Hours.
Okay.
More hotels now participate in Extra Magic Hours.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Gotta pack them in.
Yeah.
What's happened? This I haven't heard.
Where is it?
I can't think of the names, but they're not
They're the
Disney hotels per se,
Yeah.
right? They're Disney Spring area hotels.
well, that got added a while back. This is Bonnet Creek hotels.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense almost, though. Gosh, that's on property almost. I mean,
Yeah, it's in that weird triangle that the farmer refused to ever sell to Disney.
right.
But then don't you kind of feel like, well, now you're taking away less value from the people that splurge to be at an actual Disney hotel, so they get the benefit of less lineups going early in the morning or late at night.
Yeah.
And now you're going to cram 14 million more people in there.
Well, that's the question. How many more hotels did they actually add?
Yeah,
And
we looked
what
at
was the
that.
capacity really at?
They're not that big of hotels. The other interesting point was a lot of people commented on that about the price difference, but I looked it up. I think the one in Waldorf Astoria. Yeah, that one's not that less. The other one I think is it the Hilton Bonnet Creek?
Yeah. Which, by the way, I mean, so I'm happy about that.
That one is a little bit priced a little bit under some of the main on-property hotels. Trying to pull that up. I don't know where that link is.
I think you can get rooms in the 2 range there.
Yeah.
Something
If you
like
stay there, do you get early fast pass bookings or no? Just the magic hour?
That was being reported, but their website actually had not announced that yet. It still said 30 days, but that has been reported that they joined 60 days as well. So yeah, the 2 hotels are the Hilton at Bonnet Creek and the Waldorf Astoria Orlando.
Which are both Hilton hotels.
Right. So they're both in that area. There is a 3rd Bonnet Creek hotel, I believe, that has not joined. Yeah, so that it's not all of them in that area. Is it like a Wyndham, maybe?
I have a feeling, yeah, it probably is. Because the 2 Hiltons, actually, if you've stayed at Hilton Bonnet Creek, they are connected in the center by the main area that goes from one hotel to the other. And I believe they share the amenities out back, which they have a pretty nice, what do you call it? Like lazy river kind of pool out back and stuff like that. And they also apparently do a really nice job for Run Disney runners with breakfast and stuff like that and transportation to and from the races and things like that. So if I ever run again, I'm going to look into staying there. Run again at Disney, that means.
I'm only going to walk from now on.
Yeah, no, I'm only walking from now on. Never running again. The other thing, what was I going to tell you? Oh, so I got a invite in the mail the other day from Disney for April, the beginning of April. I can't remember, somewhere in the 1st through the 4th range, one of them, where Lightning McQueen's Race Academy is actually going to be debuting. So just to let you all know, we will be doing some live stuff from there and tweeting and possibly stupid videos and things like that. You know, maybe I'll find something good that John tries something else. You know, who knows?
They had a lot of posters up when I was there a couple weeks ago. A lot of posters. You could kind of see over top of the little hedge. What do we call those? Rolling hedge.
The rolling hedge. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Portable hedges.
They had those outside of Rock and Roller Coaster, and you could see over that they had like signs for like where a car would be displayed underneath, but you couldn't see the car, but you could see the sign. Like I guess you go and stand and pose with the car. But yeah, it looks cool. They had a lot of advertising. And did you guys hear that John Ratzenberger is coming back to be the voice of Mac for the attraction? They got the real guy to come. He's recorded his part. So
sweet.
And everything. He's in all the Pixar.
All the Pixar. He's the good luck charm for all the Pixar movies, actually. Yep. So, yeah, I don't know what it's going to be like. I've been in that building numerous times before for press events and things like that. And the dance party was in there before. So
I never even knew it was there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they transform it into something that is an attraction.
It's very neat outside now. It's kind of like a turquoisey green and silver, sort of like how the entrance of Hollywood Studios is like that Art Deco
thingy.
Yeah, it looks like that on the outside.
Sorry, where is this?
Okay, when you are going to Rock and Roller Coaster, I didn't know this either. I always assumed it was
here comes the directions. All right, go ahead.
So you walk into where Rock and Roller Coaster is, and the big guitar's in front of you.
The bathrooms are to the left.
To the left, and now you curve around to the right to go to enter the lineup.
To the Fast Pass.
To the Fast Pass. There is actually a gate there, and I always just assumed it was like, oh, that's a gate where like parade floats come in and out. Yeah, but it actually goes into like a whole other stinking area, and there's like a building and stuff all back there.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Nope. I mean, it was used for a little while. Like I said, the dance party was back there, and
I think it used to be called Sunset Showcase Theater.
Yeah.
Yes. So they have all these kind of posters in frames on pedestals or stuff, like when you're walking into where Rock and Roller Coaster is, it's like they're red and they have Lightning McQueen and it says coming soon, this Racing Academy and stuff. So
they actually had to move around part of the Rock and Roller Coaster queue to get more space for the entrance area. So yeah, so it's basically right next to where the queue is.
Yeah, they could get a little congested back
Yeah,
there.
I forget what they moved around, but I guess it's back to the original configuration. At some point, they moved where FastPass was. I think maybe when they added single rider, so they moved FastPass back to where it originally was, and
okay.
I guess wiped out that line. So,
Yep.
All right, I'll have to look for it.
Yep. Moving on.
Speaking of new attractions at the studios,
Okay.
there are now they're still just rumors, but they seemed more concrete than they've been in past years. A opening year attraction sounds like it's going to get its first major refurb.
Oh.
That attraction being the.
Wait, let me find it. I've got a picture. Don't I have a picture of that? I thought I had a picture of
Yes,
that.
you do.
All right, wait. I gotta throw Carolyn down into the lobby.
Bye,
Stand by,
everybody.
Carolyn. Bye. There we go. Wait, we go. There we go.
Yay!
Boom. Dun, 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 dun.
So the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular is going to get some pretty big changes.
They're going to bring crystal skulls to it.
Yes, no. So
I want to know.
so sometime in 2019 is the rumor. The attraction will close for about 10 to 12 months, probably running into 2020. And when it reopens, it'll reopen as part of, again, this big resort ride 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. So you're going to see a lot of things opening in 2020, 2021 with basically a new show. Now, this new show will be quite different. For starters, the name probably will have to drop the word stunt from it because they'll no longer include a working stunt team or any reference to a studio director, etc. So the new theme will essentially be you are just a absent observer. You're just watching a live Indiana Jones adventure in front of you. So kind of starting to erase all of the studio theme of Hollywood studios. So, the guess is also around the 50th. They will finally rename the park for the third time.
To Cinemagique.
Third time's a charm.
Disney non-studios.
Disney.
I'm
not
still
your
going.
father's
I'm still
Disney
going.
studio.
I'm still voting for Hollywood Adventure, but
Disney's Hollywood Adventure. Yeah, I could.
Yeah, I like that.
think that's
and then you have balance to the West Coast with California Adventure, and it's just everything is balanced in the universe.
I like Cinemagine.
Cinemagine.
I'm glad you do. Every idea needs a friend.
That's true. Thank you, Jason. It's true.
So that would be kind of a pretty big change for that. Also, kind of the one thing that's making this a little bit credible than past, rumors about they're going to rip it out and put in a ride. They're going to bulldoze it and it's become the entrance to a whole, land. It seems a bit more practical given the timeline, and the timing also fits in with the next Indiana Jones movie. And we know how much Disney loves synergy these days, so that's also making it seem pretty plausible. So,
is that really happening? They're really making a fifth one?
Yeah. So
because they didn't want to go out on such a bad one.
So probably not crystal skulls that are inexplicably aliens. Sorry,
alien ship lands in the stage.
Interdimensional beings. Spoiler alert.
It's been enough time, I think.
It hasn't been enough time. Okay. If
I really don't remember that movie. That's how bad it is.
Don't.
I want to know everything.
No, I like the one with Junior.
Yeah, I like that.
That was awesome.
Sean Connery, what are you doing, Junior?
Dad.
Dad.
We named the dog Indiana.
I know. So I'm going to just jump in here because while we're talking about movies being remade, did you all see Bill and Ted 3?
Yes, I saw that today.
Them promoting
Bill
the
and
fact
Ted's
that Bill and Ted
excellent
3?
adventure.
Yeah.
And Keanu Reeves is totally doing the can't stand still, kind of getting into it.
Yeah.
Everything old is new again, right?
Yeah, I'm loving it.
I know, which means I need to get my kids to watch. Although I don't think that my kids would understand what a phone booth is. They'll probably have to address that in the new movie, like, "Oh no, there's no phone booths anywhere."
No, we just pick up a cell phone and
something like that. Yeah,
something happens, or
I'll have to show roof,
or maybe they have to find a phone booth. That would be even funnier.
That's
like
literally the entire movie.
It's like
find
going to
one
White
and the
Castle.
movie ends.
Bill and Ted 3: The Search for a Phone Booth. Yeah,
They find one and then the movie just cuts to black.
Yeah, that's it. Sounds-
See.
All right. Anyway, sorry to go off topic there, but yes.
No,
What,
that's an important topic.
Oh, okay. Other Disney-related news. What else do we got going on here?
Oh, we can stay at the studios for a moment.
We can. We don't have to.
We can and we shall.
Okay.
So some other minor but kind of interesting news. If you always had a particular parking lot that you parked in because it was easy for you to remember to go find your car at the end of the day,
All right, Carolyn.
they're renaming everything.
Okay, hold on.
So-
Let me see if I can find.
That's not it.
No, I know that's not it. I should wait. I'm going through the pictures. By the way, we have pictures up on the in the Facebook. So we've got
There.
Yay!
So again, this looks like they're maybe getting away from the studio's idea, because before it was like film and
So the
I
four
forget.
lots
TV.
previously were television, stage, film, and music. So essentially the four major studio types, I guess. We don't really have stage studios, but so they're all getting renamed. So if you parked in television before, that is now Mickey. If you previously parked in stage, that is now Minnie, which is the picture being shown there. Film is now Buzz. Buzz Lightyear, that is, although I think the official name is just Buzz. Music is now Jesse.
What?
And then somewhat confusingly,
Woody.
Okay.
they announced that there would be a BB-8 and an Olaf lot. What they failed to clarify is that BB-8 is the flex lot, which is a mix of cast members and overflow parking.
Okay.
And Olaf is the cast member lot.
Okay.
So guests will not be able to park there, which seems a little strange to name it after arguably one of their more popular characters in the last decade or so.
Why wouldn't you?
Why would you have Olaf anyway at the studios?
Because of the Frozen sing-along.
Oh.
Wouldn't it
He
BB-8
is
be
in
a
that.
more popular one, considering
that
you're
was a
opening
little
Star
weird.
Wars?
Yeah.
A good point that I was reading, though, is what if you get some kind of a confused old person and they're like, well, are we in BB-8 or BB-9? Like, what if they think that's their row number? Because there's a number in it.
Well, maybe that's why it's the overflow lot.
Yeah. But I kind of am like,
I
they
don't
should-
understand. Where's
I'm in
Kermit.
R2D2. No,
What?
R2D3.
They could have had a Kermit lot, or are they getting rid of the
Maybe
Muppet?
they're getting rid.
Oh,
They
my.
could have had a Lightning McQueen Muppet,
Yeah.
or Lightning McQueen parking spot.
It's Steven Tyler parking.
Yeah.
They try to distance themselves from him a little bit.
Or Rod Sterling? Who's
Rod
the
Serling.
Tower of
Serling?
Terror guy?
Rod
Yeah.
Serling, yes.
Surely.
Yeah. Twilight Zone guy. I think we're parked at Rod Serling 43.
Rod Sterling. What is it? Did you say 42? Like in
43.
level? Oh, no, they'd be in level 42.
Oh, yeah, level 42. Something about you.
Yeah. Well, the ultimate level in the universe.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Meaning of life.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, new signs in the studios. Exciting.
Yes. And a new bus stop also opened this
Ooh.
week. So
Ooh.
Yes.
as Justin quipped over in the comments, it is really far away from the park gates, and a lot of people are not happy about that.
Really?
Well,
it's
and it's
down near where the walkway starts to the boardwalk, actually.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
They are far. Now, right now, if you go to the studios, when you try and even just get to the front gate, you are walking through miles of little pathways with walls on either side of you. You got to go by like the the gondola thing, and you're going away from the entrance and then back towards. It's all under construction. I could see, that the bus stop is still.
I believe that it opened on the 19th of March.
Yep.
All
So
right.
this week.
Yep.
Yep.
And-
It is a bit of a hike.
Yeah, and soon gondolas.
And soon gondolas, which they have been testing like crazy, and I didn't realize how fast they go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They're
book.
whipping along like it's not like the Skyway, that, like Fantasyland. Oh, this is a nice, gentle thing looking. Like they were going. Watch my hand. This is a demonstration.
Right. Well, okay, then for you people just listening, just imagine Carolyn fan.
Driving in my car, going from one side of my windshield to the other, goes this fast.
Okay, is that the current system or the old one?
No,
that was
current. That's like what
Okay.
you're going to. That's fast.
We need a frame of reference.
Wait, let me
Okay, do
let
it
me
again, and I'll
let
say
me-
now.
Wait, hold on. Let me put my thinking toque on. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right. Because you're blowing my mind.
Start.
Okay,
Stop.
wait. Let's
And
do it one more
they're
time.
like,
Wait,
this is
for the
our
people. No, for the people who are just listening.
Okay,
Wait, I'm gonna
ready,
do sound
and-
effects while you're doing it. Hold on. Ready? Okay, go.
Go.
There you go. That's the sound that they're gonna
And
make
they were whipping. And then
going
they
across.
were
the
kind
road.
of swinging a little bit. And then we saw them like stop. They're testing it, right? They're all covered in white sheets on the outside. You can't see any of the fancy
Right, you
colors
don't
or
see
anything.
the
But
characters.
then, so we were
You don't
pulling
see
up
the
to
characters.
we were pulling up to the entrance and
Yeah.
waiting in the little line up to pay for parking or whatever. And they stopped them suddenly. And boy, those things really rocked back and forth when they suddenly came to a stop.
And it
Mind you,
wasn't
they
even
probably-
windy.
No, it wasn't windy at all. Mind you, though, I would assume that when you have 1,000 pounds of people in there, maybe that kind of
It
weighs
wouldn't
it down,
rock
so
as
it
much.
doesn't swing as
Maybe.
much.
Maybe.
But I was really watching those instead of
They-
watching the traffic.
They
And
should put sandbags or dummies in there eventually. At
you
some
would
point
think
this
they
time
would
of
put
year.
a whole bunch of weights. Yes.
I think they're required by most safety regulations to
Well,
test.
I hope that
test
wasn't
under
the
load.
weight down version because it was really seasick. Maybe they just stopped it quickly, and they would slow it down. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like that, John. Like I would have to grab onto something if I was in there. Like, whoa!
And by the way,
really?
for the people listening, that would be like. Okay.
Sounds like a dead seal.
Just.
Why do I associate with you people? This is
I don't know. You can't leave the audio people out in the cold.
Yeah, like-
You gotta.
And the fish. Oh no, we're going over a wake, and it's kind of whoa, like that. That's what it was.
Like throw people. You don't wear seatbelts in them, right?
No.
So, like, will you be thrown onto the people on
They,
the other
I
side?
think they do strap you in for the inversion, though.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right,
okay,
that's-
All kids and strollers are on their own.
There's a loop right when you go around.
When we would be on the monorails with Juliana in her wheelchair, I'm like, oh dear God, put the brakes on. Because you go over and the door falls off.
Yeah.
Oh,
We found out those are not very ECV resistant.
That's
Right.
right.
they're not.
Right? No.
No, she had her brakes on, plus she was holding on to the poles. I'm not leaving.
All right.
Oh my!
Fantastic.
You can't joke about people plummeting to their death. What can you do?
I know, seriously. What's wrong with you people? What's wrong with you people? All right. So, where next, Jason?
Well, you know what? I'm going to
Or
chime in here
Carolyn.
because as we talk about this high quality transportation,
Right?
why not pay more for your park tickets?
Well, why not?
Yeah, because guess what, folks? The
What?
price just went up again.
So, and it's during a certain time of the year, though, right? To be fair, it's not. They didn't raise it
certain
across
time.
the board, did they? It was a certain time.
They did not. Yeah.
No.
But I mean, this is a
Well, there is one thing they did that was kind of across the board, but we'll let Carolyn get to that.
okay.
Okay, so, well,
it
the
away,
thing that, okay, one thing that's across the board, the Park Hopper add-ons have all increased by $5. So that's okay. I'll take $5. Fine.
Well, I mean,
but-
what is it up to at this point?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
It's variable
60
by length.
something.
So,
Okay,
yeah.
Less than 100, more than 50. Say that.
that's helpful.
Yeah.
Well, a 2-day park hopper is a lot less than like a 5-day. So,
Okay, all right.
yeah, I think it's in that range, like Carolyn said. I think it maybe started at 55. Now it starts at 60 or something like that.
All right.
The primary impact appears to be one-day tickets for peak attendance. So like Christmas, Easter, the heavy crowded times.
Yeah.
One-day park tickets are now up to
$189.
Jen, what do you think?
That's probably too much.
For one day.
One day,
I'm gonna say
like
$159.
during the holidays.
$159. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Christmas week, I think.
160.
Really?
Jason knows the answer of it.
No.
So you're both basically right. It's $159. John was right on. You were over by $1.
Right on the nose.
Yes, so that's a new record price for single day.
Wow.
Nothing else, just single day, one park. There you go. Jason's got here, smaller impacts have been made to multi-day tickets for moderate to peak attendance periods. So think of busy, but not as busy as Christmas. So July 4th weekend.
Okay.
And some of those holidays, those ones went up by $8 to $9.
$139.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was guessing there, by the way. I don't know.
I don't have the actual price. It's just
okay.
as this ticket type has increased by $8 to $9.
I got you.
Yeah, because it was across multiple different ticket types.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Yeah, now that they do the...
I'm still confused by all the tickets. I'm looking on their website right now. So there's 4 Park Magic Select tickets or 4 Park Magic Summer tickets.
Yeah, they're running a lot of weird specials too right now. Basically, it almost is like they're trying to get people to go to all 4 parks.
Yeah.
I
So
guess
you can
that's
get
still a
tickets
problem.
now where, like right now, if you buy a 4-day park ticket, you could spend all 4 days at the Magic Kingdom if you want. Great. That's how you want to spend those 4 days, do it. But now they're selling tickets as well that are like, you have to go to 1 park per day. You can only have 1 day at Magic Kingdom. You can only have 1 day at Epcot, only 1 day at Animal Kingdom, only 1 day at
I
Hollywood.
think they give you a little bit of a discount doing that, though.
Yeah, a little bit. And then... But if you want the tickets that are like, I want to go to Epcot 3 of the 4 days or whatever, then those ones, you go by dates. So like, oh, well, I wanted to go to Epcot on a Saturday. Oh, well, then that's going to change the price.
It's going to cost you.
Well,
Yeah.
it's by your start date. So you
By your
pick
start date.
you pick
But
a start
you have
date.
to do it between those dates. So like when we were going to Florida, if I had to figure out, okay, me and Juliana were going to get there on this day, but then Mike and Owen, my husband and son, aren't going to get there till this day. So their tickets were going to be more expensive because they were arriving closer to spring break. And for like a 4-day ticket, I forget what it is. I think you have like 7 days.
Yeah, it's 6 or 7. So you can game it a little bit. So you can pick like a 3-day earlier start day than what you're really planning if it's cheap. You just run the rest.
If you're going to use,
right.
You have to use them up though by that 7th day, or
Which, I
like
mean,
a
for
5 day.
people
You get 8 days to use them up. Like it's all different.
So for most people who go any distance, you probably have a set return date, whether you're flying or driving. It's local people who would maybe go. That would be maybe a little different, where maybe they didn't know what days they were going to go. That's different now to use them up. So there is a no expiration add-on, but it's not really no expiration. It's like anytime within that year, no expiration. So you can pay a little bit more. Yeah, you can pay a little bit more and then use it anytime that calendar year.
Okay, so Carolyn, why don't you... Our dad was going to go to Florida, and due to situation, they ended up not being able to go. So they had purchased their tickets for specific dates, but then they couldn't go for those dates. So then, Carolyn, you called.
Happened, because my dad is not a Disney nerd, and so he got me to call. And so I called and I explained, I said they had some medical things and they couldn't come down for those dates. What do we do with these park tickets now? Mm-hmm. So she said, okay, so you've paid for them, so they're going to remain linked to your dad and stepmom, and then when they decide that they won't get a refund, heck no, but when they decide one day to come down, she didn't give me a year-long date or anything, but she did say it'll be on your account. When you decide to come down, call us, tell us the dates you're going to go, and if there's a price difference, then we'll adjust it at that time when you know your new dates. So that's what he's got to do.
You have a period to change your dates. I think it's up to like a week before maybe, or 24 hours before. You can actually go in and reset the dates up to about a calendar year, I think. So there is that, and usually if you do call with those situations like Carolyn did, they will work with you on that. So
yeah,
especially now that they're making you commit to dates like that.
Yeah. What if you wake up and you have the flu and you can't go? Like, who knows, right?
Right.
It's true.
That's Jen's family. Shit, they always wake up.
They're always sick.
They're always having the flu.
They're always throwing up in Florida.
The flu.
Can't tell you how many times Jen has had throwing up kids running out of Liberty Tree Tavern holding a barfing child into the planters.
Yes,
oh my
that's
God.
my family.
By the way, they came running out of nowhere.
Oh my
like
gosh,
people
there was
with
cones
like,
around it.
And, like, hazmat and like Canada's
Code red, code red.
We've got a code brown.
Code V. Code V.
I just remember Jen flying out of the entrance into the flower beds, holding her toddler. And it was like, "Rah!" coming out.
Chucky.
Oh, poor child.
Spewing.
Anyway,
Nice.
Ever see people throwing up at the parks? Probably the Silveiras.
I know. Yeah, I know.
There's a 74% chance.
That it's me.
Hi, Jen.
Come say hello.
Can I get you a napkin?
Oh, wow. I mean, let's be honest. Is there anything worse than getting sick while traveling?
No.
Come on. It happened to me coming into my real job here. I got sick. Coming in, I was facilitating a meeting. I was leading the meeting, and I got sick and literally had to leave the room 4 times in the first 5 hours. Yeah. Yep. Just because of that. So, yeah, I mean, that's happened a few times. I mean, we've had, I think like any parent, I mean, we've had sick kids at Disney. I've had sick kids on a cruise ship before. Luckily, I mean, as seasoned travelers now, I pack like Tamiflu with me and, just about every form of antibiotic or whatever, you just bring whatever you need, self-medicate. Yeah. Just in case. But yeah, it sucks. I mean, that's horrendous. Plus I forever as a kid was the one who had the weak stomach, so
sounds familiar.
But loved tomato-y things and stuff. So,
no.
I shouldn't
Real
have had
code red
juice.
This is something you can look up if you really want to be disgusted. But somebody was taking a selfie on Thunder Mountain, like a video of them and their boyfriend selfie on Thunder Mountain.
I see what's happening.
And they're like, yeah, like it's all smiling and the ride's going and they're bumping around and sliding side to side and whatever. And they didn't even notice this in the video until afterwards. The guy behind them is yakking off the side of Thunder Mountain. And it's like, thank God he was the last seat in the car. And they were the second last. But the guy behind them, and they're like smiling and so happy, not noticing
everything's great. Yeah.
Side. Oh, it's the funniest thing you gotta watch. Anyway,
good stuff.
Not while or directly after you're eating, however.
No. Yes.
Viewer discretion advised.
No, it just does stink. I will say that the Disney cast members did a great job of handling the situation when we had sick kids in the room and stuff like that, and really did help us out. And sent a nice card from Mickey saying "Get well soon, pal," and that kind of thing. So it was very cute. Yeah, absolutely.
Still do that kind of stuff.
Yep, they still do.
Should we go over to Animal Planet next?
Animal Planet.
Animal Planet.
Sorry, I'm reading the word Planet Watch. Animal Planet. Animal
Planet Watch.
So,
Animal Kingdom Planet Watch. There you go.
Right.
So after initially announcing that Rafiki's Planet Watch, the Wildlife Express, and is it Affection Section, were all closing forever and ever, And then after much public outcry, they said, well, maybe it's just a seasonal closure. It'll reopen. They stuck to their second word. So they have announced that all 3 areas or attractions, however you want to put that, will reopen summer of 2019 with a heavier Lion King theme. So it's actually going to reopen as part of the, is it 20th or 25th anniversary of the original animated film? So there'll be, expect more, I guess, Rafiki and Rafiki's Planet Watch. I guess that shouldn't be that surprising, but...
more Rafiki.
More Rafiki.
We need more Rafiki.
18% more Rafiki.
Yeah, now with 80% more Rafiki.
That's it. It's a good way to market it. I can see it. I can see the TV commercials now. That'll be fantastic.
I like that area back there. It was
Do you?
quaint.
Not a lot of people know to go back there. It's a cute little
Take
train
the little
ride.
train. Yeah. And
Yeah, I
nothing like petting a cow in the middle of summer.
Right.
Oh,
Nothing.
especially goats. Those
Very
goats are the
fragrant.
luckiest goats. They get scratches all day long from kids just wanting to brush their hair all day. I wish I was a goat. There's your podcast title, by the way.
I wish I was a goat.
I wish I was a goat. People would scratch me all day long.
Bring me food. It's great.
You just stand here and we'll feed you. We'll scratch
My
you.
eyes on the side of my head.
Oh my goodness.
One day I'll tell you the story about how I got stabbed by a goat as a child.
You can imagine. I wouldn't call it stabbing as more of a...
Were you in the wrong
Throttled by a
part
horn.
of the town? Or
You
what?
impaled?
I'm going to tell you now. I'm going to tell you now.
Were you impaled?
Don't pet a goat the same direction you would pet a cat or a dog.
What?
I did not know this. I
What
was
does that
like
mean?
4 or 5. Okay, you see
It was just an
We
angry goat.
I feel a story coming
were
on.
traveling to Florida, as Jennifer and I did with our family all the time, in a motorhome. And as we would drive to Florida in our motorhome, we would stop at these like KOA campgrounds.
I'm sorry, I
As
must lost
children?
I was lost in my water. I was picturing Uncle Eddie. In the,
Yes,
in the,
basically we had
Basically.
the Winnebago. It was a mini Winnie.
Crapper's
stop
full.
Yes, except not crapper. We
Right.
would stop at these like KOA campgrounds, whatever. And one time when I was about 4 or 5 years old, they had like a playground at this campground and whatever. And mom, dad said, "Go play, kids." So off we go. And they had a goat tied to a chain near the playground.
That
it
might
was
be
like
your first clue.
hillbilly.
Not,
Okay, but like we're talking like backwoods, driving on the way down south.
maybe there was a
and
reason why it was chained
There
to
was a
the
goat on a
Yes, there
chain.
probably
to the post.
was.
So I'm like, cool. That looks like a big dog. I knew it was a goat, but I'm like, well, you gotta
I've never
go
seen
pet
a
that.
goat, really. Yeah.
So I go over to the goat and I'm petting him, going as you would, like a cat or a dog. Start at their head, go down their neck, down towards their bum. Pet, pet, pet. The goat did not like that. The goat turned its head quickly, all of a sudden, towards me to be like, "Who's petting me?" And the goat had long horns. The goat stabbed me in the groinal area. Not in the, he got me like in the leg, we'll say, okay? Anyways, I was stabbed by a goat, and then I found out later you don't pet goats in that direction, and that I had somehow really angered the goat. So please, people, take this as your public service
The
announcement.
more you know.
Pet
I
goats.
really hope you're right, because all these people are going to go and start petting the goats the wrong way and get
I
stabbed.
would hope that the goats at Disney are used to being petted in all the directions from kids brushing them.
Not some
if you
random
see a
goat you
wild
found
goat
tied up
On
somewhere.
a chain that's maybe not used to people, pet it from the bum upwards, or just leave them alone. Maybe do that.
I'm just picturing you doing this and this like giant sign above the goat that says "Do not pet goat" or something.
I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, if you have
Rabid
an
goat, do not
unfriendly
pet.
goat, don't tie it up near the playground where children are
too.
going to be.
Well, that too.
Dude, we should have written a strongly worded letter to that company. Anyway, those are the adventures of going to Florida as a kid. But nevertheless, back on topic, Planet Watch. Yes, pet the goat,
It'll reopen this summer.
rear to face, that direction.
Okay.
Oh, so staying at Animal Kingdom, there is also a new entertainment group. We talked about Kevin the bird from Up wandering the park. There's also a new, I guess, dance troupe called Bollywood Beats. They're out also in the India section. So a lot of kind of new additional entertainment there.
Cool.
Hey, I just thought of something. Probably the Rafiki Planet Watch is going to have more Lion King theme, because isn't the new Lion King real life movie coming out this summer?
Yeah,
so maybe that's to tie it all in.
Oddly, the park seemed to be celebrating the anniversary of the animated version, which seems a little counter-syngistically intuitive, but that's what they're doing so far. So, but that also again ties into the live-action movie. So, let me see here. What do they say about this? It'll be presented several times daily on a stage.
I did walk by. It was a little tiny stage towards the water. I caught it just as it was ending. We were walking by. They just had, I always think of Bollywood would have large groups of like 20 people all doing the same dance, you know. It was like 3 ladies and some music, and there was maybe a dozen people watching. It was very small, like a very small little area that you wouldn't even have really noticed had you not heard some music coming from like, oh, around the corner, what's that? Yeah, it was small, but like they had nice music and they were all dressed up and beautiful. It looked neat, but they were just sort of like, thanks for coming to watch us. They were just ending. So I don't know how, I missed it, but.
That or it's a really short show.
Yeah. 6-second talk show.
Hello, welcome. We are the Bollywood dancers.
Thanks for coming
to the show.
Thank you.
Okay, goodbye. Good night.
Yeah, so it was, I mean, unless there was more people, but they had gone off stage and that was the end, but it was really just like 3 ladies standing there. So
I think they show it's like a group of 5, I think, at least in the promotional picture.
Okay, good.
But
right.
yeah, not big, but always good when they add new live entertainment to the parks.
Yes, indeed.
Speaking of live entertainment and Streetmosphere,
okay.
Going over to Disney Springs, of all places, has recently added some new Streetmosphere.
And John, you have a picture of it. The robot. The robot.
Oh, that's what that is?
Yes.
Okay, stand by. Let me. I'm getting to it. Wait. No, I'm going to get rid of Jen this time. And there she goes. And boom.
There it is.
Boom.
So that is Plex.
Who?
Plex. PLEX.
He looks like the Buck Rogers guy, doesn't he? No. Yeah, that guy. Or no, who's the Lost in Space guy?
Yeah,
warning.
Yeah.
Warning. Will Robinson.
Dryer vent arm.
Danger. So that is Plex. He is a interactive robot that roams around Planet Hollywood Observatory. He appears to be in the store quite a bit, and most people have found him, but I think he roams the area outside as well. So you can look for him from noon to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday.
I'd prefer Tweaky, but we'll take Flex.
So
Tweaky.
I guess,
Hey, Buck.
Hey, Buck.
I guess there's a story with a professor that started the observatory. So it's supposed to be his son's science fair project is the theme behind it.
Okay. Well, if they insist,
roaming around and interacting with.
Well, we like that. I love the walking around trash cans and all that kind of stuff, and fun stuff.
Other new attraction.
More attractions?
More
attractions.
We need more.
Not
attractions.
Animal Planet.
Go ahead.
Not Animal Kingdom.
What we got? What else we got?
It's Awesome Planet.
No, nothing.
Awesome. Because it's awesome.
Can you not hear me?
No, I didn't hear it there. No, you cut out. So go ahead.
Awesome Planet.
There we go. Now they heard that.
All right.
If I don't hear it, they're not hearing it. So
okay. Attention.
Attention. Warning. Awesome Planet. Coming.
Awesome Planet. Awesome Planet. Awesome Planet is a new movie coming to the Land Pavilion at Epcot. So when you think of wall carpet, you think of the Circle of Life Theater that is in the Land Pavilion, where you would walk down the ramp and it's kind of halfway down towards the escalators where you really go down into the Land Pavilion. You will see posters for this new movie, Awesome Planet. Mm-hmm. And it is a new movie. I'll just read their little nice report here. Awesome Planet, an on-screen exploration of the realm we call home, showcases the spectacular beauty, diversity, and dynamic story of our Earth with all the grandeur guests have come to expect. The new films herald a bold new era for a theme park that is distinctly Disney in its view of the Earth, its land, and its people. So there you go. It's going to give you an environmental message that will resonate far beyond its final scenes.
Right. Will Wilson Matua be narrating?
The gravitas.
Yeah.
And the space sequences have been created by none other than the Industrial Light and Magic.
ILM.
Yes.
And they mention new in-theater effects. So it sounds like they either have or will be doing a bit of a refurbishment to that theater. So it sounds like 4D effects.
Ooh, what about
I haven't
5?
said if the film will be 3D or not, but there will be in-theater effects of some
Maybe
sort.
you will have
a little bit
spritz
plus
of water and smells.
And maybe strobe
No.
lights for lightning.
Those are the current
Yeah.
tropes that they use for that, yes.
Yeah.
Bubbles descend
Bubbles.
from the ceiling.
Oh, we've got this bubble
Deluge.
effect we've done before.
It seems to work. Kids like it.
How do we work bubbles into a planet?
Space.
I don't know.
Space bubbles.
The
It
lava
seems
effect
so,
didn't work
yeah.
out so well, but yeah.
Red
My
bubble.
feet are burning.
Yeah. Mommy, my feet are burning.
Caution guests, the theater will be 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit for 5 minutes during the show. Please too many jackets or heavy clothing.
Exactly.
If you are wearing flammable pantyhose or any other
You're wearing
flammable
polyester.
clothes, we recommend you avoid this experience.
Yeah, I like that idea. Just kind of like you got the, like, what is it, the little mice or whatever that run in the one show and
They got
Animal
like
Kingdom.
blowers
They
on
run
your
through you.
It's tough to be a
Now-
bug and the bugs
Yeah,
run
now
under your bum.
instead you've got lava and they've got hair dryers down at the bottom that are heating up your legs. Like, oh,
and red lights. Red lights.
Yeah,
down
red lights and hair dryers.
I mean, I think they do show lava in the posters.
I know, that's why I brought it up.
And ice,
sharp.
too. So then they could put in like a industrial strength air conditioner.
I know, there you go.
Afterwards,
See?
so. If they put them on at the same time, they can make it rain in the theater.
I know, exactly.
Condensation.
I'm pretty sure that's how science works.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
exactly it.
Pretty-
You could
pretty
have a
well.
hurricane when the hot and cold meet.
Yep, there you go. That's it. Yeah, tornadoes, things like that.
Yeah.
Good. Well, it'll be
Oh.
nice, actually. I mean, that movie was, and that theater, the theater essentially hadn't changed since Epcot opened. And
No, and I like the wall carpet. I like.
the wall carpet, exactly.
I hope they never get rid of it.
And the movie was not good, quite frankly, previously. So hopefully this will be nice. A nice place to escape for 20 minutes. And
No, and I like that
Wow.
it's not themed to any characters. As
Yeah, I
much
know.
as we love
About
the
that.
characters.
it is the land.
It's not. It's
and we don't have to have a
just
character.
brand new, not tied to any movie.
You know what would
thing.
be awesome is if they had and it rained and rained
Say it
and
with
rained.
the deluge.
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 I want the
That
return
woman's
of that.
voice. She sounds like Catherine.
Try to imagine.
Romancing the Stone. What's your
Yeah.
name, Catherine?
I kept, yeah. Why can't I?
Hepburn?
No.
No, Catherine from Romancing the Stone. Chandler's dad/mom on Friends. Somebody type it in the box.
I'm looking.
Oh,
looking.
goodness.
Romantic.
Can't somebody hit the Google?
Catherine Turner.
Turner, who is also Jessica
No,
Rabbit.
it's Kathleen Turner.
Oh,
Turner.
Kathleen.
Who is
Well, there you go.
Jessica
That'd be part of
Rabbit.
the problem.
Yes.
Just
But
part of
that,
it.
that announcer
bad.
lady
6
had
degrees
had
of
a
Disney
voice like her.
separation.
The
Yep.
deluge.
And the deluge. Try
Um,
to imagine.
It rained.
So staying at Epcot,
do this
another
all night.
new announcement.
Yes.
So when you're in the France Pavilion, what is your must-get snack when you're there?
A Mickey bar?
Pastry.
Cheesecake.
No, try again. In the France
French
Pavilion.
fries?
No,
French
Crawler?
fries?
no. There's a kiosk for it that's serving only
Oshnot?
it. No,
Jelly?
no.
No.
Make the ice cream
Cheese
sandwich.
and baguettes.
Eclair?
No,
No?
you're not. No.
Is
It's
it
out
cheese
front.
and or cheese related?
It is not. It's kind of by the lagoon. There's a little kiosk that serves
Crepe?
it now. Crepe, yes.
Crap?
Crepe or crepe.
Crepe.
I
I
don't
believe
know.
it's crepe.
I don't want
Actually,
crap.
there's no A in it. I believe it is.
All right,
Crepe.
the French Canadian
Crepe.
Yes. Go French Canadian.
crepe.
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 Okay.
Crepe.
So
Crepe.
they
Crepe.
are
You gotta
Sounds
get
a lot
the
like crap.
crepe.
No,
okay.
I'm
That
saying.
thing.
like the-
Over where they're
Oh, my
building
crap.
in the expansion where they're building the Ratatouille attraction,
Yes.
there will be a entire restaurant devoted to whatever
Crap.
Carolyn just said. There'll be a creperie.
La Creperie.
There's a picture of it in the
Does
thing.
not
Yes.
sound like not sound like a place I want
Well,
to
that actually looks like the name of it. So it'll be both a quick service and a table service restaurant. And it's by the same group that does Chefs de France and the
good.
bistro upstairs. So
If you don't know what
so it'll be a third
crepe is-
restaurant.
Right.
Isn't that crepe? It's like a really thin pancake, kind of, and they put
Very
yummy
thin.
stuff in the middle, and then they
Right.
close it up, and you kind of eat it like a.
It's like a pancake burrito, but very thin, like a tortilla. And then they put
You
like
can put like Nutella
filling.
in it and
Yeah.
bananas, or you can
and they
have
put
like
whipped cream, and then they roll it up like a burrito.
I just don't understand the appeal.
I usually
like
get the
dessert
chocolate
for
one when I'm
breakfast.
there. It's very good.
It's
Yeah.
very light. If you think of like waffles as being thick
Yeah.
and fluffy and stuff, but you want like I want a waffle or a
Yeah.
pancake, but it's too filling. It's nice
Okay.
and light.
It's,
thin.
you get almost like
French
you almost
fruit.
get like a waffle flavor to it, but just very
Yeah.
thin and more
I've had them.
snackable, I guess. Yeah.
it's like a desserty kind of treat,
Yeah.
sort of.
Well, it can be, but you can also put like
I think they even put eggs and stuff
yeah,
in
they
them.
put,
Yeah.
I was going to say like ham and cheese and stuff like you can
Right.
even have like a
Well, there's going to be a whole restaurant for it, so I think they're going to have to come up with a few
John?
varieties.
There's a picture of it in the Facebook thing. It just
Okay.
looks like
Blow me out.
I'm
Blow me
hold on.
I'm gonna go eat a crepe.
Okay, hold on. Go away. There we go. Let me see.
Oh, right away.
There it is. So, so it looks like the little storefront facade there. I'm guessing kind of there in the middle, that'll be the entrance for the table service side. Looks like where those blue doors are, that might be the quick service entry there. So we
That's
both
nice.
quick service and table service addition to Epcot. Always welcome. It can still be a little hard to get a dining reservation there, depending on the time of year. So more of that is always good.
that France pavilion is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's kind of interesting for those that aren't aware. It's back behind the current pavilion, and then over into what was one of the what could have been a new country. About half of that, it looks like what they're developing. So kind of the back half of that. So you'll now go into the France pavilion. So go out near the water, kind of to the right where the Eiffel Tower is today, and you'll walk around that building, and then all the way into the back, and then that'll be a whole new area. So. It will become, I believe, probably the largest World Showcase pavilion with that expansion.
Wow. Bigger than American Adventure?
As far as
Maybe.
space to wander, I would think, because you can't go behind.
No, I know, but I mean,
No,
as
but
far as
it's
square footage and
it's
stuff
like the
that,
size
as
of
far as-
3 standard pavilions, I think.
Wow.
And Ratatouille will be back there too,
yeah.
right?
Ratatouille.
Well, and it's already got the theater for the movie too.
Yes,
true.
which
And
is,
they kinda
which is
have
staying. Yeah, although they will now have 2 films that'll run continuously,
This
alternating.
is not right. America should be the biggest pavilion. I'm just saying.
It probably still is, but it'll.
What about your
We're
neighbor to
number
the
one.
north?
We're
Walking
number one.
wise, well, we are the host country. That's why it's positioned where it is, and
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
I think the France Pavilion will seem a little bit larger because of now you'll have these like winding paths and you can walk around the back and all that. So
Yeah, I like that. I like how like the England United Kingdom Pavilion, you kind of wander through and
it's kind of cool. Yeah.
little quiet areas.
you'll be able to see both sides of the Eiffel Tower now.
Wow.
Or you can all
And
come
That
to
side of
Disneyland
the Eiffel
Paris
Tower?
for real.
And as an added bonus, the Skyliner will totally destroy the forced perspective of it for you.
Oh, wonderful.
So no more will you have to worry about that darn, wonderful Imagineering that they did back in the
day.
Imagineering.
Right.
There wasn't
I had
another
heard that.
that they could have brought the thing in through, so yeah, that's probably going to be a little disappointed with that. But anyways,
We need a bigger Eiffel Tower.
Now I've been fooled by the forced perspective. The one in Las Vegas
Oh yeah.
is still bigger than the one at Epcot, right?
I
Like the
would
one at
have
Epcot
to
is actually
think so,
really small, right?
Right,
Yeah.
it's not very large.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
it's
the one
like
in
a
Vegas
half
is
of an
big.
Eiffel Tower too. So that's going to be the interesting thing. Part of the forced perspective works because you think it's peeking out from behind the building.
Yeah.
Now you're going to walk around to the other side, and it's still going to be peeking out from behind the other building. So now it's like in between
yeah.
2 buildings. So that's
Miniature.
I'm not sure how that's going to work, but
Oh yeah.
I'd say I put my faith in them. But have you seen Beast Castle in New Fantasyland?
Yeah, let's not
Yeah.
talk about that. The first rule about Beast Castle is we don't talk about Beast Castle.
Yeah,
You can
That's
only
not
do so much.
perspective.
Not good. Not good at all. Yeah. Oof. 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 All right. Moving
What
on.
else have we got? Oh, we got a couple other little things here. Well,
do
we were
we?
talking about food. Topolino's Terrace. What's
Yes.
that about?
So that is the rooftop restaurant at Disney's Riviera Resort.
Oh yeah.
So for those of you unaware, I'm actually kind of very interested in the resort, being a little bit of a Disney history buff. So it is being themed after Walt and Lillian's famous European summer vacation they took. So for those of you that
Walt,
aren't
Lillian, Rusty, and
I think that was it. Yeah. So for those of
did.
you that aren't aware in the
and
history,
Parliament. Go ahead.
Pause right there. The Riviera, is that the new one at Coronado Springs?
no, that's the new one that replaced 2 of the villages at Caribbean Beach.
Right.
It's a DVC.
Yeah, the new tower at Coronado Springs is the Destino Tower, which I find ironic because that's named after a unfinished film project between Walt Disney and Salvador Dali. But apparently there's no connection there, or so they've announced so far.
Right.
Okay.
That's a very weird coincidence if it wasn't planned. But
Now, this Riviera place, though, has nothing to do with the Caribbean resort?
it does not. It is just...
So will
kind
it
of
have
weird.
its own entrance and everything?
Yes.
Or do I have
Yes.
Oh,
No,
okay.
it
So
has
they're
no
just
change.
chopping off a piece of the
Yes.
Caribbean Beach Resort and
did.
turning it into its
Yes.
own separate thing. Okay.
Correct. Yeah,
Got it.
that was confusing originally, but it is named after the Mediterranean Riviera. It's all very Mediterranean themed. So the history
Not
is
in the Caribbean.
it is not in the. Thank you. Yes. So the history
Put a
is
map of the world.
Walt and Lillian went over to Europe back when Walt was kind of having a little bit of a nervous breakdown. I think it was with the studio strike was going on back then. And actually, during that vacation, which was famously coined as his first vacation he ever took, at least after starting the Walt Disney Studios, he got inspired to build Disneyland, at least the way it ended up. Because he saw Tivoli Gardens, which had existed by then. He saw how you could do an amusement park that was very high quality, very clean, very unlike the amusement parks of the day in America, North America, So he kind of got inspired by that. No real storytelling attractions. It wasn't a storytelling park like he wanted to do, but he kind of saw the quality of the parks and all that, and wanted to bring that concept to his park. Because prior to that, his concept was more of almost like a working studio with a back lot and that. So that kind of really changed his perspective and influenced what Disneyland looked like in the end. So it's this whole resort is actually themed to that vacation. So they went into the Walt Disney Archives with permission. There's a lot of photos of that vacation have either inspired lounges or restaurants. So there's supposed to be a lot of like archival and different memorabilia from their trip as part of this hotel.
Oh, neat.
It will be a Disney Vacation Club hotel. And up at the top floor, Topolini's Terrace, which is also Mickey Mouse's Italian name.
Topolino?
Topolino, yes.
He's not called Mickey Mouse?
He's not called Mickey Mouse. He's called Topolino in Italy. So that's the Disney connection there.
Topolino.
Topolino!
No, it's Mickey
Mickey
Mouse,
has different names around the world.
at least in Italy. So when he was released in Italy, the name is Topolino.
Okay, but they call him Mickey Mouse now. Come on. Really?
Probably.
If you go up to an Italian person and say, hey, do you like Mickey Mouse? They're going to be like, who's this Mickey Mouse?
Who's this Mickey Mouse? You mean Topolino?
Maybe.
Oh, here,
I
I
don't know.
Google translated. Topolino means baby mouse.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So I don't know, kids. Go to your local library and research it for yourself.
I am shocked.
No.
This is news to me.
Baby Mouse.
Wow. Okay. So Baby Mouse's Terrace.
Baby Mouse's Terrace. So
There better
Baby
not be
mouse.
any baby mice on that terrace.
they didn't announce too much of the menu. They gave a little bit. It will be a very Mediterranean menu, so seafood, kind of Italian dishes, things like that. So yes, we know how Carolyn feels about fish.
So I'll just go and visit and ask for the children's menu.
Right.
That's how it usually goes down.
But in the sort of this stream of rooftop restaurants they're building, it's promises views of fireworks and things like that. So probably illuminations, maybe rooftop views since it's over by Caribbean Beach.
Yeah.
But I guess if you get to a certain height,
replaces it.
you can see that. So so that's one new restaurant. That's
I like the rooftop dining. I got to be honest with you. I quite frankly, I don't understand why more places don't do that.
When you say rooftop dining, it's still inside. It's not outside.
No, in some cases, yes. In some cases, no.
Yeah, this one is covered.
Right.
So it is themed around a picture they found, which is up on the boards of Walt and Lillian enjoying a cliffside meal somewhere along the Mediterranean. One interesting thing, if you noted, I didn't notice the first time I looked at it, but Walt Disney was always known for, even when he traveled and went to these fancier restaurants, he would eat beans and crackers. And you can actually see in the picture he's sitting at this like nice Mediterranean cliffside restaurant, and he is eating that. So
Really?
it's kind of funny. So
Why? Do we know why?
he liked it.
Cheap. It was cheap. It was probably a comfort food from home.
It's what he could eat when he was, a starving artist and just trying to make it. And he,
I was just wondering if it was related to maybe stomach condition or something. Or
No, but do you notice that the Disneyland Hotel in that Steakhouse 77, or what is it called?
55.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Different number.
Uh,
All the pictures of Walt standing there with his fingers
33.
like this.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
And
yeah,
you know they
erased the thing.
photoshopped a cigarette out of there.
Giving you a peace sign. Peace.
But it's always like, maybe that's where they got the two-finger pointing for, like, oh, the washrooms are that way.
No,
that
that
is
was broken up.
Not.
No, but I
not
just think that this Topolino's restaurant's going to have a lot of pictures probably of him that they need to give him the two-finger salute.
Bathrooms are that way.
Restrooms are that way.
Maybe.
Holding a lighter. Restrooms.
Here's a light for you to see down this dark hallway.
Eh.
Hey, it's Topolino.
Yeah, I've never really researched the accuracy of it, but if you're ever at Disneyland, Disneyland Park, and go to Carnation Cafe, they have Walt's chili as one of the menu items you can get there, and that is allegedly his favorite chili recipe. So again, he liked his chili and beans and crackers and all that. So
Well, that
Walt
I get.
was a gassy guy. Is what
can,
you're
they affect everyone differently.
not a fun guy to be around late in the
You can
afternoon.
taste history with that.
You can taste history. Hey, speaking of Walt, since I have a second to put it in, apparently I'm the only one on the podcast staff that has seen the continuing adventures of Walt's frozen head. So, there's the urban legend that they froze Walt Disney many years ago, right after he passed. So, which the company vehemently denies that it ever happened, of course.
Obviously, a cover up.
Yeah, obviously, really, for the conspiracy theorists out there, and there are plenty of you. Hi, hello. So I guess apparently some independent filmmakers came up with the plan for this movie and kind of shot it sort of commando style, actually in the parks in some cases. And it's just I won't give away the plot or anything. You can see it online. Right now it's on YouTube, so check it out.
What's the name of it?
The Continuing Adventures, I believe, of Walt's Frozen Head.
They have been making this movie for ages. You can even follow Walt's Frozen Head on Twitter, and he always is tweeting as though he's stuck. Yeah, Walt's Frozen Head. He's always tweeting as though he's underground under the Magic Kingdom, and he always says like, "Oh, my intern is whatever," and he's always asking questions of like, what's going on with the whatever, and you think like, haha, it's not there anymore and stuff.
Right. Exactly. What's happening with Miracles from Molecules or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But no, it's funny. It basically puts it that the concept is that Walt gets woken up once a year to advise the current board of directors on direction of the company. And they come in and they tell them what they're doing and blah, blah, blah. But Walt can only be awake for, I think it's like 72 hours before they have to put him back in cryogenic storage.
It's called The Further Adventures of Walt's Frozen Head.
Gosh, sorry to the filmmakers about that. But a couple Disneyites have cameos in it. Among them, a friend of the podcast, Big Fat Panda from BigFatPanda.com, is actually a voice in part of it. So if you get a chance, it's free. It's on the interwebs. At the end, they ask you if you want to donate. You can donate, but they have that. And there is a after credits scene, so don't miss it, because the frozen head of someone else is actually there. And I won't.
It's just neat that they had to sneak all this stuff into the parks. And so who knows? You could be in the background of the movie. You don't know. Maybe they were filming on the day when you were at the parks, and then you might see yourself. Yeah,
it could be. I mean, it's cute. The acting's a little not quite high end movie quality. There's some, although I will say, Walt's head himself, after watching it for about 5 minutes, I was totally buying into the fact that it was Walt, which is funny. So
That's good.
So that was pretty good. The guy,
it's a ridiculous concept anyway, so it's supposed to be kind of campy and
hokey,
silly
and
campy.
Yeah.
So I'll watch it.
But it was a fun. What's that? It's about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes, something like that. Hour and a half. I don't know. It was something like that. My wife and I watched it the other night. Instead of watching our usual Netflix or whatever, I was like, hey, why don't we watch this? She's like, what? What are we watching? I'm like, it's about Walt's Frozen Head. No big deal. Really? Okay.
Makes total sense to us.
But it was free. And for Disney fans, it's kind of neat because they make a lot of references to things we complain about. And Walt makes jokes about that and blah blah blah. So there's a lot of insider stuff there, but it plays pretty well. My wife got it. I mean, and she's not as big a Disney nerd as I am by any shake. So anyway, give yourself a chance. Watch it. It's fun. Good.
So part of that movie, I understand, then, is they're down. I mean, they probably didn't actually film down there, but they're supposed to be in the utilidors.
Yeah, but Walt's in level 3 of the utilidors.
Oh, there's levels. Oh my gosh.
Well, there's the main level, which is the main street, and then there's the regular level. Well,
and
then
he's one lower.
He's in some special level 3.
Well, maybe you would find him if you took the Backstage Magic tour.
You might.
That was a good segue.
Yeah. What?
It wasn't until we stopped for 40 minutes to say it was a good segue.
Beginning in June, Adventures by Disney is offering a brand new experience as part of a tour. You get to you get behind-the-scenes access at Disney's Animal Kingdom's nighttime spectacular Rivers of Light. So unless Walt is over in Animal Kingdom, I guess it won't work out.
Yeah, I don't think that's where he is, but go ahead. Yep.
Okay, you get to enjoy private lunch at Tiffin's, which is very nice if you like fancy fine dining. Okay. You get a special menu, not a paper menu, a special menu to choose from. You get a special menu. You can take one of these if you want. We photocopy it.
It's a signed special menu, commemorative menu.
You get fascinating insider stories about the creation of Animal Kingdom. And then, let me see, expertly led by knowledgeable tour facilitators, this immersive Adventures by Disney experience allows guests to witness firsthand the magic and hard work that goes into behind the scenes at the theme parks. Highlights include backstage visits to, are you ready?
We're ready.
Central shops. Explore the facility where engineers, mechanics, and artisans develop and maintain all your favorite attractions, including audio animatronics and ride vehicles. Ooh. You get, let's see, okay. That one's Disney's Animal Kingdom. But what? You can do it at other parks. Am I right, Jason?
No, it goes to all those places.
Oh, okay.
So all 4 parks?
They're adding in June Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So and you start with your lunch at Animal Kingdom.
Right.
Okay.
And then you go from there.
And then you go to Epcot and you explore the inner workings of the American Adventure. That would be cool. The American Adventure attraction. So
by the way, I did this in a previous incarnation.
So you would see how that stage works and all the animatronics go down and underneath?
I think there's like a view from a certain area that, you can see actually the way it works. Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
That's cool.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then you go to the Magic Kingdom.
Yep.
And you navigate the utilidor tunnels. There you go.
Just not level 3.
Not level 3. And you can move around undetected right beneath guests' feet. You go to creative costuming, textile services. Yep. Oh, so that's a laundry facility.
Yeah, and that's what's getting replaced by the Animal Kingdom section. So
okay.
So
you don't get to see them wash and fold.
Right. That I do like their write-up on that. Someone needs a award for making a giant...
This is a Jason... Listen to this. This is something Jason would totally write. Textile services. And then in quotes, unfold an experience like no other within one of the world's largest laundry facilities.
Here we go.
Yes, at Disney, even the laundry is pixie dusted. Don't miss your opportunity to see this fascinating facility in action.
Yeah. It's an industrial laundry facility. Sorry.
You get trucked all the way over there, and then you'd be like, here's the washers, here's the dryers, we use Tide. Get back on the bus.
I mean, if you are interested in that, if that's your jam, more power to you. But I think objectively, there's more interesting things on that tour. So
I don't know. Maybe those are the world's biggest washers. Who knows?
I think that's but that's like a world's biggest ball of yarn moment.
I know. I'm thinking the same thing. No, it's cool.
I would be interested though in just hearing we wash 4,326 towels a day. Like I would like to know those things, but somebody could just tell me about that.
Right.
I want to know how they get the worst stains out.
They just throw them out.
I think they throw him out, I hope.
I would hope.
Owen once peed in a bed at Disney World when he was like 2.
Oh no. Jeez. Oh my.
I felt so bad.
Why would you share that?
Again,
Well,
I don't.
You embarrass the child.
Thanks, Mom.
Guilt.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh, he won't care. He doesn't. He has no shame. I've had guilt though about that cleaning lady. Like I stripped the bed for her. I'm like, and I put a note on it. I'm like, I'm so sorry, but here's a pile for you.
They're like, oh, these people were Canadian.
Yeah. Well, I felt
So
so sorry. Make her like sorry.
Oh.
I wasn't gonna make her like discover it when she's making
Story.
up the bed. That's horrifying.
So
I'm sure they've seen
Well,
worse.
that would have gone through the laundry facility.
yes,
Yeah.
which you can only see until the end of May, and then and they add some behind the scenes at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
So you, which is better? Do you want to go before May or after?
So speaking of things that are going away,
Okay.
last podcast, we talked about how Leave a Legacy was being removed out of the park, and
I didn't care about that, but now I'm
allegedly being
pissed.
placed outside the park entrance because those are being preserved. What's not being preserved is the walk around the world.
Oh, son of a.
Which isn't even a walk around the world because they never
Right.
finished it.
It's like
walk
a
to a
walk
dead end.
around, like kind of the world, but sort of, but not
In
really.
spots, but not in other spots. So are they going to remove it? The rest of the places too? Like
Yeah,
and
so
sort
that's
of-
what's a little confusing is they're talking about how they're going to make the entrance to Magic Kingdom more accessible.
right?
So I'm
As
not
part
really
of
sure
them
what they're
improving the
doing,
entrances. Yeah, right. But
because
that
they
walk.
already did that. That was when they put in the third bus loop and they put in all the security checkpoint sort of redistribution. I don't know what else more there is to do.
No, not to mention that, but the fact that those bricks are at the Polynesian, at the Transportation and Ticket Center. I don't know. Are they over at the?
They
They go over to the Contemporary.
they implied they connect the Ticket and Transportation Center to the Magic Kingdom. They kind of left out the fact that it's not contiguously.
Right, but does it go? Do they go all the way over to the Grand Floridian? I've never been.
I don't know.
That dead ends, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
it ends somewhere.
No, but are there bricks over at that area? Are there?
Yeah, I think there is. I think it's like
On the side, on the other side of where it's at,
walkway that you can go around the lake and you kind of go up near the
where it
wedding
stops.
pavilion and stuff and where it stops.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what I mean. So, are
think
those
they're all
made
there,
of
too.
those bricks? So,
I think so.
and if they
Well,
are,
they're
so
definitely-
They are
but
going
I don't
away.
know if they're stamped. But
I
there
know,
are.
but so now they're just going to replace all the walkway at the Transportation and Ticket Center. They're going to replace the walkway going to the Polynesian.
think
They're going to
that
replace the
those
walkway.
Stones require maintenance. Like I know I have interlocking stone on my back patio, but you got to put like the sand in it every so often, and some of them heave up and down. Do you think they'll just rip them out and just? I'm going to asphalt the whole thing.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, a little tarmac,
Yeah.
little
Maybe.
cement. Put down some
Because
cement.
somewhere in the full announcement, they talk about better tram access, and I'm going, that's where at the Ticket and Transportation Center. So I
No,
don't
but
think there's no
trams
tram.
a long time ago. The trams actually came all
Yes,
the
a
way to the
long time ago they did. Yeah, there's a tunnel that they would go through.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I
to get
remember
over
that.
there. Yeah, so I maybe they're bringing that back. I don't know.
Well, because God help you, everybody knows that once the fireworks let out, that is a madhouse out there.
Yeah.
Mike and I, we stayed until 10 o'clock. We watched the fireworks, and it was just the two of us. We left the kids at home. And we ended up, we're like, I'm not even going to even try and get into the ferry or the monorail line. We just sat on a bench and ate popcorn because where the turnstiles are, like the tap stiles or whatever you call them now, all of the lines for all of the exit, the ferries, the resort boats, the resort monorails, the express monorails were jammed all the way back to the tap stiles. You couldn't even exit the park because there was nowhere for you to go. So we just sat down in that front part where everybody takes a picture of the train station. We just sat there because you couldn't get out if you tried. So I don't know if maybe they are doing it to. Maybe they'll also have trams that also come all the way down because they need to empty that out quicker, man.
It's either that or it's just poorly written because they were talking about all park entryways, how they're trying to improve that. So I think like at Studios, they're expanding the tram section there. That's kind of why they moved the bus stops, I think. There's going to be a more permanent tram like queue and maybe multiple tram stations there. So. But it's kind of hard to tell because they talk about how they're improving the entrance experience of all parks and then how this specifically relates to them ripping out the walk around the world. So they somewhat very defensively in the beginning of the announcement point out that the bricks were sold with the contractual commitment that they would be displayed until 2011. So if you're complaining about it now, you got, 8 free years.
Whatever.
I will say, I don't think that's very good customer or guest service when you start off with, well, you're contractually, we were only obligated to. Nothing really goes over well with an angry.
No, yeah, exactly. As somebody,
our contractual obligation.
Yeah, as somebody who owns a brick out in front of the Magic Kingdom.
Yours is right out front?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, they also clarify that in the article. You do not own the brick. You are sponsoring the brick.
Yeah, I know. Again
real good way to smooth things
get
over.
up. Okay, so explain this one. Explain this one to me because I'm an angered brick owner. At this point.
Brick sponsor.
I've been, I don't know, what do they call it? I've been woke. I'm a woke brick owner now. I want to know how come the Leave a Legacy people get their crap moved, but my brick is 86th, and I have to pay for a commemorative brick.
Yeah, so there you go. So
on top of it,
basically, if
load of crap,
say the bricks were not designed to be removed in one piece. So the translation there is, we're going to rip them up.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
How difficult is it to come in from the corner where there aren't bricks and get underneath them?
Down? Do you think they were glued down so people wouldn't?
I mean, they're probably
sneak in and steal their own in the night.
Blah 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 blah.
Maybe they got glued down and now they can't pry them up.
Or with the millions of people walking on them, they were tapped down too hard.
I think the point is they're just not going to go through that effort.
Okay.
They feel like they've met their contractual obligation.
Okay, lawyer.
Currency that all of their values get.
For line 5,
say this?
Subsection 3.
All right. When they were coming up with this
agreement.
But they were coming up with this excuse for 86 in the bricks. Okay. Why didn't they just 86 the whole Leave a Legacy thing as well? You know what? Your contractual obligation is done.
Well, and that's the thing.
Or is the obligation not done with those?
That is interesting since those were put in 2001?
Yeah, I wonder what the
may not be probably yet. Also, I have a strange feeling.
It was only 10 years, though.
Yeah.
Oh, Jen, when did we get ours? It would have been the year
even 15
I was pregnant with the one. It would have been 2003, and they were fairly new.
Okay.
But also, my guess is maybe with that, since they're actually pictures of people, maybe they're a little bit more sensitive to that than just like a name and a date.
Come on, man.
They are fading, though. If you do look at the Leave a Legacy things, they're all like washed out. They're not really black and silver anymore. It's all just shades of gray.
Yeah.
They're looking rough.
50 Shades of Gray.
Anyway.
Did they ever say, though, Jason, if they're going to pry the metal things off the granite, or are they going to move the whole granite?
But some cast members have said that they have seen the plans and they will remove them. I think they're riveted onto the granite. I I don't think they're actually.
So then they because there is a lot of blank space. So if they can just get one wall and go boom, 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 there they are.
It can be like a wall or maybe something similar to what they have today, but they will fill it in. It'll be complete. It won't be that kind of unfinished look that we have now. So
I heard something too. I don't know if it's accurate, but it's going to go out somewhere kind of near the monorail exit.
Yeah, it's going to be somewhere out there, outside the park entrance. So you will not have to pay parking admission to visit it. Also,
to go visit your picture.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll just plaster the whole rampway down from the monorail with them.
Yeah,
that's all just a big white building.
Well,
all right,
should know that around 2020.
If you had a brick though, and you're really heartbroken, you can get what they're calling as a brick, but it's more of a tile. Yeah, there's the sign.
And you get to pay for this tile.
For a nominal fee of $10, you can get your own commemorative brick to commemorate your sponsorship of the brick.
Wait a minute. No, it's $29.99.
That is if you never sponsored one to begin with.
Okay, so John gets the $10
If you sponsored one, you have to prove it. I like that you have to go through this complex verification method to prove you sponsored a brick, but they can't use that same method to go find people and offer this to them. So they're not contacting you. You have to either go in person, or there is a website or something. We've got it on the boards. There's a way to contact them. There's an email and a phone number you can call. And once they verify that you did indeed sponsor a brick, you'll get a voucher to purchase one. It looks like for a flat $10. If you have,
I thought there were two different sizes, weren't there?
There's two. So
that
like
$3 or $10 or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
But then if I wanted to go, you can get a 6-inch or an 8-inch octagon or a hexagon or whatever shape that is. And then there's different little picture-y things to go at the top.
Yeah, it does look like there's new pictures to put at the top, because I don't know that you had a choice previously.
John, because you had one of the old ones, you would get to have the picture of the partner statue at the top of your new one.
But that wasn't in mine, I don't think.
No, but that's the symbol for people that used to own one of the bricks in the ground. No. There's a symbol for annual pass holders. That's a castle, and then there's supposed to be other pictures too.
There's a Disney Vacation Club one, but if you never sponsored one and would like one of these, you can purchase it in park for $29.99 plus tax and shipping
for the 6-inch.
In case you don't want to put your brick in your suitcase. And
again, it's not a brick. If you think of like a interlock stone for your patio is 3-4 inches deep. Well, these are like little thin
they almost
tiles.
Look like they're
put it on your bathroom wall.
They almost look like they're printed and they're not really engraved.
Really? Which is crazy because they have all those laser etching machines. And
right.
Stuff
so if you can't make it to the parks while they're offering this, because I believe they're only offering this till August of 2019.
Is this topic over yet?
Not yet. They will be available also on shopdisney.com.
Okay.
So if you do want to do that,
$29.99 for a 6-inch, $49.99 for the 8-inch. You get the little picture at the top, 3 lines of text, and a date. That's the fourth line is the date.
So you have till August of 2019 if you'd like to do that. There's of course, a affiliate link on intercot.com that'll take you to Shop Disney. So, hey, go click that one if you're going to go buy a brick.
Now, if you want to complain, go talk to the blue shirt people.
Jen with the segue.
Really? That's all right. Okay. What are the blue shirt people?
John, you can kick one of us out and put the little mappy poo I put in the pictures. If you want.
Wait, hold on. I got to get. I'm working on titles right now. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, the blue shirt people are called the guest experience team.
Okay.
And they basically it was temporary, but they're bringing it full time. You can see if you go to our Facebook page, you'll see this map in our pictures, and it shows the locations. This is just the Magic Kingdom, but they're going to be bringing it to all the parks now. And essentially what it is, right now, I'm sure they'll come up with some better permanent looking thing, but it's like there's an umbrella and a little table, and the lady standing there in a blue shirt with an iPad. And they are your please stop bothering us at guest services because you're having trouble with the app or your fast passes.
Or your Magic Band.
Yeah. These are like your tech services people.
It's like tech guest services now.
It's like the Geek Squad out in the park.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
So guest experience team. And I will tell you, I was kind of cross with Disney while I was on my trip because we did our 3 fast passes. And then now we're ready. We can go and book a 4th one because we just finished our 3rd and we all had tapped in for all of them. Great. Go into the app. Cool. And if it wasn't frozen and I had to restart it a million times. So I go in, I'm like, cool, let's get a new fast pass. And it's like, okay, select who you want the fast passes for. I have always controlled booking fast passes for my family of 4. I go in and it's
Control
like,
freak.
and no, it's just easier if one person is the holder of the app.
Spoken like a true control freak.
That's right. So
It's
I go
easier
in,
this
okay,
way.
we're going to get new fast pass. And it's like, select who you want to get fast passes for. And the only option is me. I'm like, oh, well, that's weird. How am I supposed to get fast passes from a family? So I swiped, closed off the app. Let's restart it again. Went back in. Still, it would only ever give me. It like deleted my family. So that would be. I just got fed up and was like, well, no more fast passes, family. Let's go back to the house. We're done. I'm too angry. I'm too hurt. So we left. But that would be an instance where I could go to the. What are you typing about me? I see my name.
Yeah, I'm trying. I put it up there too soon. Go ahead. Keep talking.
So that would be an instance where I would go see what we are calling the blue shirt people, but the guest experience team. Carolyn's family got deleted. They did. So yeah, then I would go and show them on my phone and be like, "What the heck is this?" Anyways, I ended up sending kind of a angry, un-Canadian tweet to the
Strongly worded email.
My strongly worded rhetoric in Twitter, and they actually replied right back to me because I tagged WDW today in the post, and they were like, "Oh, we're terribly sorry, Carolyn. Please DM us with your problem, and we'll see if we can help." But I was like, "No, I am too hurt." So I left it.
You deleted my family.
Yes, but then I went back the next day, and they were there. So I don't know what happened. But that app, come on, Disney, you just paid
How many years into
trillion,
it? I mean,
gajillion, bazillion dollars for Fox, and you can't make an app that works?
It's just amazing that we're this many years into doing this now, and that people still have the same problems. It's so difficult to bring people together in the app to coordinate plans, things like that. I mean, I don't know.
Oh yeah,
you would think. They've got more money than God.
I hate their sorting feature. Okay, guys, we're walking around Epcot. What's the ride times? I got to go in every time, and it defaults to showing
back
the Magic Kingdom map. And I go and
why doesn't it know where you are and bring up the map of the park that you're in?
Ride times, Magic Kingdom. There, bam. That's the one I want.
Someone would have to invent like a global positioning system or something for that to work, though. And since that doesn't exist,
too bad those don't exist in real life.
Services, they could call it.
Wow.
And then but then I would also like to see without having to go through 50 different clicks. Okay, what are my fast passes for today? I have gotten to the point where I just take a screenshot of them when I book them, and then I go through my pictures so that I don't have to wait for this app that's always going to crash.
That is weird, because if you think about everything they're trying to do, that's a great way to control crowds by making you actually use it. They could suggest, oh, hey, this snack is nearby you. Do you want a Dole Whip now? I mean, if they actually got something that worked pretty seamlessly, that could really change the way guests visit parks and probably increase their
it's because they only paid $6 billion for it. Had they gone with the $7 billion version, okay, then
I want to
pay for
problem solved.
But
I do love the
like,
app for ordering food.
I do like
handy.
that.
I still love that.
That's not worked great for me the last couple
Okay,
times.
so it didn't work for me either. I went. We were in
Very
a
first time I
lineup.
did. Yeah.
We were on Splash Mountain or something, and we were in the lineup. Fast pass. We were getting on the ride. I'm like, okay, tell me what you guys want for lunch. So then, as soon as we are off the ride, we walk towards Pecos Bill, and I'm gonna hit the "We're here, start cooking my food" button. But I was gonna order it, pay for it, and then when we get off the ride, bam, we're here, make my food. So I had it. I paid for it. It was there. I had the little button that said, "I'm here, make my food," and I just went, doop, shut off my phone, and we went through the whole ride, and then I got off the ride, and okay, guys, I'm ready to hit the button, and I opened the app,
And it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
I'm like, wait, then did the order go through?
You have to open up your plans, and I think it'll auto load after that. Is what
Well, I
figured
didn't
out.
know, and
Yeah.
I'm like, so then it brought me back to the menu where you like select what food you want. And I'm like, so if I hit it again, am I paying twice? And I'm ordering everything twice. So then I just went up to the counter, and meanwhile, there's 37 people all crowded around the mobile order, and they're like yelling, "Michelle, is there a Michelle here?" with a tray of food. So I'm like, oh God, now I got a butt in front of all these people.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
I'm Nick Giorgio.
Then I got a butt in front of all these people and say like, sorry. Can I get sorry?
Sorry.
Hi.
Sorry.
So I ordered, but now the button's gone, and I don't know if it actually went through or not. And she's like, well, do you know your order number, sweetie? And I'm like, I think it had a 9 in it. Like, I didn't really look that close. She's like, okay, what's your name? And so I had to tell her my name. Meanwhile, there's like people all crowding around because, Michelle, where are you for your tray? So she was able to bring it up in her little iPad thing, and she scrolled way back and was like, oh, Carolyn, yeah, okay, here, I see your order. But like, had I not done that, I probably would have paid twice.
Yeah, you have to. I just kept hitting random things in the app, and it's if you go back to like my plans or what's up next or whatever it's called, it shows back up again then.
Yes,
that
I had to figure that out one time.
There's definitely
too,
a bug in the system. So,
Did your nachos come with
bueno.
cheese sauce?
Oh, so that's funny. We went. So I was thinking that, and I was thinking of Ian. So we ordered. I forget what we ordered, but one of the things that we ordered said, "Oh, you get." Instead of like, you buy a hamburger, you get a side of fries. It was like, order this thing and you get a side of nachos. And I was chuckling to myself as we ordered it, thinking like, oh, this is just going to be like a little paper tray of chips and there's not going to be any cheese, but oh well, haha, we like the chips anyways. It's fine. I'm not going to be a complainer and ask for cheese like Ian. Ha ha ha. So,
who?
Like Ian.
Ian? Who is Ian? I don't even know who
Some
Ian is.
guy I know from
He's been on
Philadelphia.
the podcast. He's dead to me. Go ahead.
Okay, so then now the lady looked up my order. She's like, "Oh yeah, you did put through the order. Cool. We'll start. It's going to take a couple minutes, but we'll make your food right now." So Mike and I kind of hung back and waited, and then they bring the tray out. Carolyn, I'm like, "That's me." I go up and I'm like, "Wait, there's a lot of stuff missing from this," and I thought, "Oh, maybe it got all messed up when like she had to bring my order back to life and whatever."
Right.
And I'm like, I think one of these is supposed to have nachos with it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, no, you didn't order nachos. And I'm like, no, it's like the side dish that comes with the burrito or the taco or whatever that they ordered. And they're like, no, and it was like so packed with people. The guy's like, so you ordered nachos? And I'm like, yeah. And he's looking at the receipt. He's like, I know, see, no. He had some accent, I don't know, and he wasn't very good at speaking English. So I just basically was like, it's okay, it's fine, because I know these nachos aren't going to come with cheese anyways, and everybody's going to complain.
It's just going to be a thing.
So I'm like, it's fine, don't worry about it. And I go to take the tray. He's like, no. And I think he was like all worried. I was pissed off, but I really wasn't. But then he comes back with with this giant thing of nachos with like chili and cheese and all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay, thank you.
Thank you, my friends.
And I ran away with it. So did I steal it? I don't know.
You stole Michelle's nachos.
I I feel as though
Where's my nachos?
the chili and cheese for my troubles.
This old lady sort of wanders up finally. Doing that.
You have my nachos.
I'm Michelle. Are my nachos ready yet?
That lady has them. I didn't steal them. I feel like they maybe just gave them to me as a. They plussed my lunch.
You got your lunch.
All right.
Yes.
All right, we got to wrap things up. Is there any last
there are
thing?
a few things.
What's the most important?
We're
at 2 hours now.
We got probably two things we'll touch on.
Okay.
Still speaking of food, Whispering Canyon Cafe has a new menu for lunch, dinner, and breakfast.
Okay.
So they have all new skillets. We
Okay.
won't go into that here, but go check out the discussion boards. You can read through the menu and see all the pictures of the new skillets that they're offering.
Skillets.
And then for those that are a fan of rose gold, you may be disappointed to find out that the current rose gold is actually being discontinued. They did confirm that recently, but a brand new Briar rose gold will be released April 1st. That is not an April Fool's joke. So there will be a whole new line of Briar Rose Gold.
Briar Rose is the name of Sleeping Beauty.
Yes. So I'm not really sure what the difference is.
Nothing, just the name. And more merch to sell.
Looked a little different. So there will be Briar Rose Gold mini ears along with a few other products. So
yes,
if you're an avid mini ears collector, that will be the next new one to get. It seems like they're coming out with a new one about every 2 weeks now. So it's starting to get to the point where the exclusive special seasonal mini ears are not quite so exclusive or special anymore. But
and they're all the headband kind. They're not like the little ones.
Yeah, they're the mini ear headbands. So we tend to post those on the boards as they do come out because there does seem to be quite a bit of a cult following for those. So we try to keep those fans of that up to date. So check out the shopping forum. We got all the latest ones that have been released up there. There's a few spring ones. There's a Magic Carp one that came out recently. So you can go check those out on the Intercot discussion boards.
Yes. And while you're
I have
at
one
it,
more thing.
go ahead.
Dick Dale passed away this week. He was the king of surf guitar.
And he did the soundtrack for Space Mountain, right?
I don't know if you can hear this. From Space Mountain.
Definitely can hear
So that was him. That was him.
That's the Disneyland Space Mountain, right? They play that there.
Yep.
They're
Very good.
roller
I love
coaster
that.
speakers built into it.
Yeah, I like that coaster better. Not
And
There
nearly,
you go.
not nearly as rough. Very good. Well, yeah. Sorry to hear he passed away. His music will live on. So
Just one other quick note, guys. Wine and Dine race weekend happening like October 31st to November 4th, something like that. Just opened up for registration. I'm probably going to be down there. I don't know if I'm going to run. I actually didn't get on my computer, so I don't know if it's sold out yet or not. But I probably will be down there in November.
cool.
So if anybody else wants to come watch runners, do running,
You never
get on
know.
there and register. You never know.
It could
John's not
happen.
going to run, though. He's going to walk.
Yeah, no more running. I'm just walking.
all.
Walk
now
with
on,
purpose.
if you guys get a chance, follow along with us, not only on the website at intercot.com, but also follow along with us on social media. Jason does a heck of a job posting on the Twitters at Intercot, INTERCOT. Join us there. Join us at Instagram at Intercot again. And also on the Facebooks, facebook.com/Intercot. John Hoyt doing a fantastic job bringing you into the parks there, and also on Instagram. So we've got quite the team that work very hard to keep you connected to the magic. And among that team, the folks at Magical Journeys, they do a wonderful job helping you plan your vacation. And Patrick and crew at the Official Ticket Center. Also, Gregory at Quicksilver, also a sponsor of the site. If you're tired of Uber and you don't feel like renting a car, go in style with Quicksilver. good folks, all of them, been with us years and years and years, and they help us bring the magic to you. So for Carolyn, Jason, Jennifer, and the rest of the Intercot Insider podcast crew, including Ian, who doesn't seem to want to be on anymore. Bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.
Pet the goat opposite direction.
Bum ba da dum ba da dum ba da dum bum
I could
bum.
have saved a life.